Jeff, how was practice this morning?
We were good. We're getting better. I really commended them on, we're learning how to do stuff right. I mean, simple things like bring our notes every day, sit up in our chair, just very simple, ordinary things, take care of our teammates, gives great scout team looks, things that you would think are very normal, but they're really not nowadays. We have a very selfless football team. They care about each other, and they take care of each other, and they're learning to practice for each other every day. And they're a joy to coach every day. They're getting better every day. We're not anywhere near where we need to be. Don't hear me wrong, but we're getting better every day.
Last week we kind of talked a little bit about how banged up you guys are. How would you characterize the overall health of your team at this point in the season?
Typical football, injuries. We've got some guys out, and some we wish, we're not out as long as they're going to be, but it is what it is. And then, it's a very physical sport played by physical players. And that's why you have to recruit and develop. You got to have a roster that's deep, and player development is just as important as recruiting. Ryan Philo and Nick and Dan and our coaches have to keep getting players ready. And that's our job as coaches, and our players have bought into that as well. Next man up. I know y'all hear it all the time, but next man up.
Hey, Greg.
Jeff, how you doing?
Good morning, Greg.
We're getting ready to talk to Traylor here today. He's listed at 180 pounds on your roster, but playing, I guess, a Sam linebacker position. How do you sort of describe his skill set and what makes him a fit there?
One, he's extremely tough. He's very athletic. He's extremely balled in. He loves what we're teaching and preaching, and he's just very balled in. And obviously, him being voted a single digit reflects that. And he just brings it. He brings it every single day, and he's turned into a little team leader, believe it or not. I know he might not look the part, but he plays the part.
Is it tough for a guy at his size to be that close to the line of scrimmage that often, or do you kind of use him in different ways?
Yeah, he's usually out there splitting number 2 receiver and the tackle. So, I mean, he's not in 12 personnel and that kind of stuff. We'll play clearance a little bit more, so we protect him on certain situations. But he doesn't want to hear that. He'll go out there and battle all of them.
It's been interesting to see Xavier Spencer, a freshman, start to take a role in the secondary. What's made him a guy who's ready to come in and contribute early on?
Comes from a great program, so he knows what the game's about. So that's first. He's got length, and he practices his tail off every day. He's really maturing right in front of our eyes. And he had another good practice today.
We haven't seen Tyke Ogle-Kellogg play yet this season. Is there anything you can tell us about his status or when he might be able to get on the field for you guys?
It's day-to-day. We'll see. It's day-to-day.
How about Brendan Brady? Is there any more of a prognosis for him and what he might be able to do in the future?
He's getting better every day as well.
Okay, JJ?
Jeff, BYU announced yesterday that there's not going to be any fans at the stadium this weekend. Do you know kind of what to expect?
I've heard from other opponents they have a tremendous atmosphere. So I don't know if they've just got great music playing or they got, they're putting in fan noise. I can tell something's going on by the way their sideline is. They're into it now on the sideline. They got their own pillow killers, I guess, up there because you can see their sideline's very excited. So I don't know if that's coming from the stadium or that's just energy from the players. But I hear it's a beautiful environment. I know it's supposed to be 73 and not much humidity. So I've heard it's just gorgeous up there.
Okay, Greg, back to you.
Jeff, we always like to check in on this every once in a while. Have you been able to keep up the string of COVID testing without any positive results coming back, or where do you guys stand with that?
We don't test again until tomorrow, and we'll have 2 tests tomorrow. But, yeah, our streak is still alive.
Did you find any challenges in terms of that, safety or protocol with your first real travel road trip last week? Is there anything you're adjusting this week as far as that goes?
Just the nuisance of keeping your mask on a plane the entire time. I told Dr. Campos I was going to eat the entire plane ride just so I could keep my mask off. I was going to eat one peanut a minute just so I could let my mask be off. She didn't like that, so I had to put my mask back on.
But is like hotel and getting to and from the stadium and all that stuff pretty normal compared to a typical year, or do you have to change that?
It's funny you bring that up, Greg. One thing I did not think about, which I'm not saying I think of everything, because I sure as heck don't, but the elevators up, we're on the 5th, 6th, and 7th floor, and they're only letting 4 of us on the elevator at a time. So you can imagine how long it took us to get up to our rooms and then back down for team meals and team meetings. We put that on the list of things we got to get better at this week, Greg, planning for the elevator.
Okay. Anything else for Coach Traylor? All right. Appreciate it. We'll get some players in there shortly.
God bless. Birds up. See y'all.
Yeah.